But Freeze Pops, I think it's time for me to win another quiz.
Wow. Cocky at the jump there with Morten. Quiz time is back, people. This week, I'll ask you guys 7 questions representing Morten, number 7, like we always do, about the NFL draft. The punishments are as follows. Morten, since you didn't lose the first time and the Ohio State attire with fight song punishment is still there for the taking, if you lose, that's what you got to do, just like Stephanie did a couple episodes ago. So get ready for that.
Brutal to endure, by the way.
Hopefully you're singing.
I think I won that one. Better. I think you guys were in more pain. So I take that.
I mean, you have options in New York City for singing lessons. There are people that actually can teach you how to do that.
Well, Stephanie, if you lose this time, we're not going to torture ourselves with more singing. What we're going to have you do is dress in a costume of Morten's choice. So anything that he decides, it can be Santa Claus, it can be as Archie Griffin. I don't know. It's up to him. Whatever he picks. God. If you lose,
this could go in an awfully different direction.
You're going to be wearing a costume.
This could go in a really bad direction. May not be appropriate.
Well, come on, man. So does that sound good? Any questions?
Yeah, that works.
Man. Let's go.
All right, Stephanie, first question. Ready to go. What year did the NFL draft begin?
Oh, I want to say like in the 30s. I know Philly started it. I want to go 19. Oh, is it? Okay, is it over 9? Okay, I'm gonna go. It's over 1935, and for some reason I thought it was 1932, so I'm just gonna combine them. 1937.
That's incorrect. The first year of the NFL draft was 1936, and this leads into.
Are you kidding me? I'm in between.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one.
I hate these number questions.
Well,
that was tough.
We knew the topic ahead of time here, so I thought maybe some studying would be done. And you were close. 1937, you're 1 year off.
Usually when you study numbers, you get a study guide.
Maybe you get a half a point. I don't know.
No, 0 points for Stephanie.
I was off by 1, or I was up there. I was like trying to decide which number in between those years.
Oh, it's my turn.
That's tough.
My turn.
Morten, since 1936.
My turn to go up 1-0.
Here we go. You ready for this question, Morten?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Since the NFL draft began in 1936, 15 number 1 overall picks have become Hall of Famers in their career. Name one of them.
Peyton Manning. I mean, he was, went to the Colts, and he just got inducted last year. Peyton Manning. 2 years ago, whenever it was. That was easy.
Peyton Manning is one of those 15. Orlando Pace, Troy Aikman, Bruce Smith, John Elway, Earl Campbell, Leroy Selman, Terry Bradshaw, O.J. Simpson, Ron Yeri, Buck Buchanan, Paul Hornung, Chuck Bednarik, Charlie Trippi, and Bullet Bill Dudley. Those are the
He had an option of 15 different names. I should have an option.
You had a plethora of years you could have picked.
Stephanie,
I know, but you had to choose one of 15. I just had to choose the correct one.
Stephanie,
that's what I'm saying. I should have been right on the range.
You will have multiple questions that have multiple options for you heading into the later part of this quiz.
I want Morten to have a specific date or year.
He will. Second question for you, Stephanie. The draft has been held in New York City more times than any other city. Which venue in New York has been home to the draft more times than anywhere else?
I'm going to go with Madison Square Garden.
That is the second most. Radio City Music Hall. 9 times from 2006 to 2014. Radio City.
Being a singer, you should know radio music. Radio City Music Hall. You should know that.
I think sports, not music. So,
Morten,
with that angelic singing voice, you should have known Radio City Music Hall.
Second question for you, Morten.
Yes, please.
Stephanie already kind of ruined this when she was trying to figure out.
Oh my gosh!
First question answer. What city hosted the first ever NFL draft?
That would be the city of brotherly love. So it'd be Philadelphia.
Philadelphia You know,
But I
You
did
still
research.
ask the question then?
Philadelphia.
I only have 7 questions for each of you prepared.
That's
I can't
why
do both of
You just gave me
questions.
beautiful info. Thank you, Stephanie, for that info. It's 2-0. It's 2-0.
I just gave you a layup.
Thank you.
I can't wait for people to complain more than I am here.
Stephanie, next question.
You're not hearing me complain.
Next question.
Yeah, you got the question.
Next question for Steph. John Elway was famously drafted number 1 overall in 1983, but refused to play for the team that drafted him. Which team was that?
I know he went to Broncos. Can you tell me which conference?
I shouldn't tell you, but I will. It's in the AFC.
I want to say Buffalo.
Don't say Buffalo.
And it's not the right answer. Baltimore Colts, 1983. Elway refused to play for the Baltimore Colts.
You're on a nice trend.
I should yeah.
You're on an over trend right here.
Next question.
Am I dormy?
It's like I should forfeit by now.
Am I dormy right now? In other words, I can get the rest incorrect and win?
You're
I
close.
can just keep answering them for you.
You're close to
if we
clinching.
switched questions, I would be undefeated, and you.
I'm already thinking about what outfit you're going to be wearing.
We would actually get to know if you got
a big round Buckeye. No, actually, I'm going to go with Sparty. I don't know. I haven't decided. All right, go ahead.
Who was the highest drafted kicker in the history of the NFL draft?
Well, you had Russell Ersklim, you had Janikowski, but way before that, you had the Gogolak brothers. They were like the first soccer-style kickers. There were 2 of them. I think the first guy actually that got drafted and it was revolutionary back in the 60s, I believe, was Charlie Gogolak. So I'm going to go with Charlie Gogolak.
You nailed it. Charlie Gogolak, 6th overall pick in the 1966 draft. Charlie Gogolak going 6th overall as a kicker is insane, but
it's insane. It's insane.
That is wild. That is crazy.
All right, Stephanie, here's one that you should get here. It's a layup for you, I think.
Come on,
the
Steph,
Ohio State Buckeyes. The Ohio State Buckeyes have had 3 number 1 overall picks in the history of the NFL draft. Name one of them.
Name one first overall pick from Ohio State. I want to say
one of them was revealed earlier when I was giving the options to Morten of number 1 picks that made the Hall of Fame.
There were 15 choices.
First overall pick?
Yep.
No.
You could have named off any first rounder. I can't think of a first overall.
Ohio State? Come on.
I don't want to. There's only been 3. None of our quarterbacks really go first overall.
Don't say Art.
I mean, if you, hey, you know what? Joe Burrow.
Incorrect, unfortunately.
No, it's not. He's a Buckeye.
He's an LSU Tiger.
LSU Tiger.
So the name's
him. I don't know when Troy Smith went.
Okay, so Troy Smith was not the number 1 overall pick either. Tom Cousineau in 1979, Dan Wilkinson in 1994, and Orlando Pace in 1997. So there you go.
I couldn't think of who went first overall. So
yeah. Morten, next question for you.
Are we still playing?
Sure. You mentioned Peyton Manning a few minutes ago. He was drafted number 1 overall by the Colts in 98. Ryan Leaf was famously drafted number 2 overall that year.
Train wreck.
Ended up becoming one of the biggest busts in NFL history.
Yeah.
Where did he play college football?
Washington State. That was easy.
You nailed it. There you go, Morten. Okay, Stephanie, next one for you. Which television network was first to televise the NFL draft?
I didn't expect that question.
This is rough. This is a whooping right now.
I know.
Place. It's
I'm like, I gave up after this. After you got
this is such a whooping. Well, I mean, Philly was an easy one, and you helped me on that one. So I'm willing to give half a point to you on the Philly.
I feel like I should at least gotten that first one right. I literally forgot what the question was. It was the network. ABC.
Close. The answer is ESPN in 1980.
It's the same though. So
back then it wasn't.
Stephanie, you're consistent. You're very consistent.
I know.
They
right?
work together.
You're trending. You're trending.
There's if you like, I would say like for the majority of my questions,
you're trending.
If there was leniency, I would have won Burrow, ABC, Disney, ESPN.
If there was leniency and mercy,
like the range of years.
If there was mercy, we would stop this quiz.
I wasn't alive during this time.
ESPN and ABC didn't merge until the 90s, unfortunately. Morten, next question for you.
Sure.
Who was the last non-quarterback to be drafted #1 overall?
Amari Cooper?
No. There you go. Morten getting an X on the board there. Stephanie.
Who is it? Do you know it, Stephanie?
It wasn't 2020. It had to have been.
I don't know that answer. Because it always feels like it's a
I will give Stephanie a point if she gets this.
Was it 2019?
No.
I have no clue who that would be. I thought it was a receiver for some reason.
2018.
When was Amari
the year
Cooper?
Of Joey Bosa and Zeke.
Ooh.
I don't need the year. I just need the player.
I feel like it was 2017 or 2018.
It could be a pass rusher now.
I think it was. A lot of pass rushers go second or third.
But
it had to have been. I feel like it was a year like Clemson won when Deshaun Watson was quarterback. Who won the Heisman?
Non-quarterback, but he said non-quarterback.
Was it Christian McCaffrey?
No, it was not Christian McCaffrey. It was Myles Garrett, 2017.
Oh, Myles
Cleveland.
See that feels like a long time ago, but it really wasn't.
You could have stolen the point there, Steph.
I wouldn't have thought Myles. Yeah, but I didn't know it was that long ago.
I didn't know.
It doesn't feel that long ago.
Next question, official question for you, Stephanie. A wide receiver has not gone #1 overall in the NFL draft since 1996. Who was the last wideout to be selected #1?
So 1996.
That's the year. Who's the player?
96. Who had the first overall pick? Do you know that one?
I'll give you an X here, Morten, if you don't get it.
What was the question again?
No.
Who was the last wide receiver?
I was not even talking at that time. I'm
gonna go Randy Moss.
I would have to know who had the first pick that year. That might help.
If I told you, would you?
Yeah, try that.
The New York Jets had the #1 pick.
Corbett?
I'm assuming he was probably like a bust.
It wasn't Wayne Corbett.
Was he a bust?
No, he had a great career. Won a Super Bowl.
Oh. Monk?
No, not Art Monk. He was drafted in the 80s.
I don't know.
And he played for Washington.
Did he play for the Jets?
Did he?
Maybe at some point.
Man.
I was about to say.
We're revealing our complete lack of knowledge on...
What team did he win the Super Bowl with?
This might give it away, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The answer is Keyshawn Johnson, guys.
Oh shoot!
Keyshawn.
I should have known that.
All right, Morten, next question for you. Which college football program has had the most first-round picks in the history of the NFL draft?
Layup.
Stephanie's favorite team there, Ohio State.
There you go, Morten. I honestly didn't know.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that.
Do they, though? I thought that one was actually kind of hard.
No, because...
I want to say you had like 80-some, like 90.
85. USC second behind at 83, and then Alabama has 75. But we're climbing up because USC hasn't been
That's
we're,
true.
we're getting a lot.
Ohio State's going to pull away probably.
We had the most first rounders. We had 10 years apart, 2006 and 2016. We had 5 going in the first round. 5 Buckeyes.
That's big. Stephanie, last question for you. How many quarterbacks were taken in front of Tom Brady in the 2000 NFL draft? There was a documentary made with the number in the title.
Oh.
You might as well just end on a low note. Just get it wrong. Just get it wrong. Just get it wrong.
No, I'm trying to think of like how many quarterbacks go because he was pick 199.
That's a good fact right there.
Well, interesting.
Well played.
Yeah, because there's one guy right behind him. The lowest drafted quarterback to win a Super Bowl, Bart Starr. He was picked 200.
Legend.
I know, one pick behind Brady. I want to say it was if it was single digit. I don't know that I don't know the documentary, but he was a 4th round pick or 6th round pick, or so. I'm trying to think of how many quarterbacks go like until pick 199. I would say maybe each draft's different. I want to say like maybe 7 or 8.
So close.
9.
Steph. 6.
Yeah,
6 quarterbacks taken in front of Tom Brady. Chad Pennington, Giovanni Carmazzi, Chris Redmond, T. Martin, Mark Bolger, and Spurgeon Wynn. Couple of good quarterbacks, but the documentary is called The Brady 6. Came out about a decade ago. It's the one where Tom, you know the meme where Tom Brady's crying with the long hair? That's the documentary.
I love when the Elon Musk taking over Twitter stuff happened. Brady tweeted out at Musk, "Hey, can you remove the combine picture?"
Yeah, that's a tough look for TB12.
Oh,
all right, Morten.
Hysterical.
You already have this in the bag, but
I'm sorry, Stephanie, and we have to.
How close was I on all of those, though? God.
You were close on a couple.
Morten, a lot of doinks.
Well, how many of mine would you have gotten right?
Couple.
Out of the 7, maybe 4.
Morten, let me ask you.
Enough.
Let me ask you the last question that I have for you, just for funsies.
Sure.
Okay. Morten, you were the 86th pick in the 1982 NFL Draft. You were one of 4 Hall of Famers to come out of the class of 82. Mm-hmm. Name one of the other 3 gold jackets from your class.
That's easy.
That is so easy.
Well, okay. I was going to ask Stephanie that question. I flip-flopped.
Well, since if it happened easy,
to him, no, I'm saying if it happened to you, it's so easy to know.
Well, one of the guys we had on the show. Those are your
draft brothers.
Andre Tippett would be one. We had him on the show. He was great. Another guy would be Mike Munchak and Marcus Allen. Haven't had those 2 guys. Haven't had those 2 guys on, but Andre Tippett was great on Great Dane Nation a while back. Are those the names you would have said, Stephanie?
No, I'm saying it's easy because it personally happened to you.
I thought you meant it was easy for you. I got you. The question was asked to it.
That's basically like saying, name 3 people in your high school graduating class that you spent this time with that ended up to be accountants. Like,
are you saying this is a biased quiz?
100%. I don't have a gold jacket. I'm not the Hall of Famer. I don't get the easy questions.
I have the luxury of age. I have the luxury of age. I've lived longer, so I've acquired more wisdom than you. That's just a fact.
Well,
I've made more mistakes than you. And so I have that advantage. So I apologize for that.
I didn't think the questions were that difficult.
Producer,
I was just close to some of them. That's why I'm upset. But Morten, since you're from Denver, you didn't really know
Denmark.
The draft.
Denver. Denver.
I was about to say Copenhagen and then Denmark. So no,
I'm from Denver, Denmark?
Okay.
Oh, that's good.
That's
funny.
okay. No,
Please,
no.
can we make a meme?
The rest of my sentence was literally about you not being an American growing up, so you didn't know much about the draft because you didn't follow the NFL.
Oh.
So obviously, I didn't mean to say Denver.
Oh my God, it's time to go. Oh.
Okay, but no, I wanted to know, like, since you
I'm
like.
out. No,
you
Denver's
okay.
going to be the last thing I get from you today. It's great.
No, Morten, before we go, I want to know what costume are you going to have Stephanie wear? Do you have one off the dome that you're going to run with? Like, what are we going with here? I'm curious.
I think we're going to go, I love you in the Boston Celtics. I would like to see like a little leprechaun.
Oh, God.
Wow.
What? I'm trying to think of like where I even get that.
I love that. A leprechaun costume
with a little
in
hat
mid-April.
on.
Like the hat, the top hat.
Yeah.
Oh, me Lucky Charms.
Yeah, you got the accent already. You can start working on that. And I'll get some green Jello shots and green beer. I know it's not St. Patty's Day, but I mean, Freeze is rocking the Celtics gear, and it just popped at me. You're gonna wear like a nice nice outfit that the leprechaun wears up there in Boston. It's gonna be awesome.
Am I wearing this for our next recording?
Next recording.